This is Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. So I want to take a look at some stocks here on the move here. We'll take a look here at Tesla, at Apple, at Meta, NVDA, and IONQ. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, selling stock, by ETF. If you'd like to subscribe, thanks for watching. Here we have Tesla daily chart. Now let's take a little peek and see what's going on. You can see here how we're getting a really nice, good bump up. Now, I just caught a clips of that Charlie Kirk's his funeral yesterday, and what I did notice was Trump and Elon sitting next to each other. So maybe they'll bury the hatchet kind of a situation. But just remember, at the end of this month here, those subsidies are going to come off of that $7,500. Well, let's see. Maybe they'll make a deal on the side or something. I have no idea. I would just say it seems just a little unusual because they had a big brouhaha going. Now, what we're looking here, we can see where we gapped up here. Okay, we had this high of 396.69, and then we made this low here of 402.43. So there's a gap in the fill, so always keep watching that in case it does sell off. Now, we need to hold this on a closing basis. This is 432.22. Okay, that's going to be very, very key. Now, if we lose it, we'll go to Friday's low at that 42.21, and then we'll look for this 8-day at 413.24. Then we look to that gap, 402.43. And then we have the fill at 396.69 level, okay? And then we can come all the way down here to this. We have a 21-day sitting down there all the way down. But all you have to do is just look to the left of the chart here. This is where all your resistance and support levels are going to be here on the downside. But right now, this is looking like it wants to go going to be higher. But got to be a little careful, okay? Your RSI, we're sitting in that overbought condition. The green is over your red, but just be a little bit cautious. But again, this can rip right up higher. Now, 444.98, that was the high there today. So what we're looking for was the top of this candle right there. Looking at 439.74. Obviously, we're above that. So your next level, we're going to come up there, is going to be 447.08. Okay, that's going to be your next level. Then we'll come to the top of this candle here at that 450 flat, and then we'll come up top of there, 462.78, and then we have 465.33 level, and we'll come up top of this candle here at 483.99, and then we have your big retest at 488.54. Now you can see here how this was trending up very, very nicely. See where we had a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, just a nice good rounded bottom. And then once we broke out of this candle right here, that was the top of that candle at that 367.71, then she's just ripping up higher. But today, we want to make sure that it holds that breakout level at that 432.22, and then if it keeps right on rallying, there's your big target right there at that 488 level. Okay, downside, just watch that 8-day and watch that gap in that field, but pay attention right here to this RSI because it is like an overbought condition. Not saying it can't stay there, but you just never kind of know situation. Okay, let's take a look here now at Apple. All right, here we have Apple. Now, I jumped into the Apple there, and I usually trade this usually 5 times a year, okay? I trade it before earnings. I buy it about 3-4 weeks before earnings situation, and then I always buy it when they have their big premiere of all their new products and everything here in September. Now, their new products that came out, and wow, this year they really wowed. Usually it's wah, wah, wah. You know what I'm saying? But this year it really wowed. They really like the i17 phone, and it looks like everybody's jumping right back into the stock. Okay, so now we're getting here to that 74. You're kind of like an overbought situation, so just keep your eye on that. Doesn't mean it can't stay. So what we're looking at, today's high we made was 456.64 level, okay? So there's really very little here resistance going on up here. You got 458 level, okay? Then we come up there at that, 458, 258, and then 260 level, okay? So this was here, the top today was that, let me see here again. 248 level, okay? And then so really, realistically, you're looking for that 260. Now, we cracked that 260, you're going to head right towards that 300. But again, be a little bit careful up here because sometimes you'll get is that double top situation, and then she'll sell right on down. So just watch this 260. If it gets up in this area, what is the reaction? Does it break through or does it come flying on down? Now, we always got to look at the downside situation. We have this gap, okay? We're gapped up. So you want to watch today's low at 248.12. There's your gap. And then look to Friday's high, 246. Their gap and your fill. Then we'll come down to the top of this candle right here, 241.32. Then we have your 8-day at 239. We have your 235 level. And then always look to the left of the chart here, 235 flat. Then you can work yourself all the way down to get your 50-day at 224. But right now, this is looking like it's going up very, very nicely. But just always look to the past. See, when it got to overbought, what it is, it came right on down. Overbought situation, like right there again, and it came right on down. Not saying that's going to happen again, but sometimes the past is always can be the future going forward here. Okay, so but right now, watch that 260 level, very, very critical. All right, let's take a look here now at Meta. Here we have Meta. You can see the beautiful run that this has had. Okay, so now where we at? Okay, so we had a good little pop up here, and now we're above this 8-day. Okay, so what we really want to watch is watch that 8-day. Okay, that's going to be key support, 769.81. We lose that, we can come right down here to this 21-day at the 757 level, and then we have your 50-day at 747. We lose that, we come to the bottom of this candle at that 743 level, and we come down to the bottom there. You're looking at 733, and then we have your 721 level. Then we have obviously your 100-day here sitting at 708, and we have your 200-day. But right now, this is looking here very, very nicely. A sideways action, a little consolidation. Now, we went up to 790. The key is going to be this 796. Okay, so when we hit this 790 level right there, what you want to do is look always to the left of the chart here. So we had 784. Okay, so we went above that, and then your next level was going to be right there, 793. Okay, we get above that, and then we have 795, but really 796.25. Now you crack above that, you're going to go 800, and you're going to work yourself up to 850. You probably work yourself all the way up to 1,000 here on your Meta. Okay, so that's what you're kind of looking at. Now, this is a very, very strong chart. But when you look at this, you can see here where it didn't really get overbought in too many scenarios, unless we had this scenario here early in the year, but then everything sold off. Okay, but right now here, this is looking here very, very strong. The green is over your red. You got plenty of room to run. So this is a very, very strong, very, very strong stock. So the key to the whole situation is just watch that 796. You crack above of that, and then, you know, it's blue sky. You know, this thing can just keep right on running until you get to the 850s, to the 900s, all the way up to 1,000 area. So just be very, very aware of that situation. Downside, again, just very simply, just watch that 8-day. That's going to be very, very key. Okay, watch that 21-day, and then watch that 50-day. As long as those levels hold, even if it comes out to the retest, as long as that holds, this is still a very, very good bullish chart. All right, let's take a look here now at NVIDIA. All right, here we have NVIDIA, a little consolidation going on here. We had a really tremendous run going on up here, hit that 184.48 level on top of there, and then we retested it here with 184.47. Look at that, within a penny, and then she just dropped right on down. So this is what I'm always talking about, is the reaction when it gets up there, okay? So we had that high, and then what was the reaction? It came in there, came in just a little bit lower, and then it just fell right on off, okay? So what you need to do is you have to close above that, then she can go to that 200 mark. Now, you can see here today, we have ourselves a nice big green candle. We held this 50-day here. We're holding at the 8-day, and we're holding that key 21-day. So they're holding all this key moving average, and now we're looking here to go higher. So we made high today of 180.78 level. Okay, so now we're looking here. Your next level is going to be 181.91. We'll come up here at 182.49, and then we're going to retest that 184.48. Now, again, we got to break and close above it. It can't be like here and then come down. And once you close above that bad boy, then it's going to go higher. You're going to head right for that 200 mark. Downside, I say, just everything, just watch that key 176. That's that 8-day. Watch that 50-day, 175, and then watch that 21-day, 175 level. Now, again, if we lose that, we'll come down here, 172.96. We'll come down to the bottom, 168.41, and we'll come down to there at 166.74. Then you retest at 164, and obviously we have your 100-day. But right now, this is just a nice, good sideways consolidation, looking to go higher. Your RSI here, you're sitting way down here at 57. That's plenty of room to run. The green is over your red. You got plenty of room to run. So what I'm watching is this 184.48 level. We close above. Okay, then you can just buy on strength and take it to that 200. Okay, let's take a look here at IONQ. All right, here we have IONQ. This is my buddy Jet. He loves trading this thing, and he's just killing it, and I just love it, okay? You just love it when a guy's making money. Now, you can see here, we're getting to a very, very pretty good size overbought condition. We're heading right up in that area, so just be a little bit careful up here. But right now, we have a good runner, but we're outside that price channel. A lot of times, it's going to want to come on in kind of a situation, all right? So right now, what we're always looking at, we're looking at the top of this candle right here at that 48.92. You can see, well, once you broke above it, then you got that blue sky kind of a situation. So right now, we're looking at that 73.17. That was your high. Now, obviously, here we're looking like we're going to be heading towards that 100-day. our 100 mark, I should say. Now, it's not probably going to go straight up there, but you're probably looking at the 80s and 90s. We'll see where it stops. But again, this is a very, very strong stock. But just watch that RSI. Now, on the downside here, what you want to obviously watch is we want to watch today's low. We had 66.15, Friday's low. You had 65.64. So we made a nice higher low, okay, right there, holding that kind of a situation. And then now we're just breaking on through. So again, if we start losing today's low, that 66.15, you really want to watch is that 62 level. That's going to be key. And then we can just follow the candles down. You got the 61.08 level. We got 57.13 level, and then we can just come right all the way on down back onto this situation here at that 48.92, and then we also have your 21 SMA there. But right now, this is looking very strong. Even if it comes down and holds that 8-day, that could be another good buying opportunity to take it right back up. And unless it keeps right on running, then you just jump right on board. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the pick close. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas. We'll take a look at the indexes, which are all nice and green. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.